Am I streaming?
Forgot to tape all my connections.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to eg-shuh
24.
24.
That's it. Come on. eg-shuh 2024, a gala event. Thank you so very, very much for coming out, friends. Thank you so very much. I'm Todd Minton. I'm an instructor here at the Center for Irish Music. And it's my honor, first of all, to mention to you our great, great sponsors, the people that have helped us form and expand upon and cause for enjoyment. That's not even a sentence. The Center for Irish Music and the Celtic Junction Arts Center. All right? Come on. My English will improve as we go. Okay? First of all, many and do not, I repeat, do not hold your applause. First of all, the law firm of Larkin Hoffman. Come on, Larkin Hoffman, our sponsors, yes. Our dear friends, couldn't make it without them. Irish on Grand, Maven Liam. Irish on Grand, sponsors, that's right. Quicksilver Express, couriers, come on. Let's hear it for the Express. Now, from the great generosity and industry of Mr. Kieran Folliard, I'll say the name again, Kieran Folliard. That's right. Redlocks Irish Whiskey, one of the best ideas Kieran ever had. That's a really good idea, okay? And the Food Building, Northeast Minneapolis. The Food Building, let's hear it. From Mr. Folliard. And last but not least, you're sitting right in it, friends, the Celtic Junction Arts Center. And their founders, owners and operators, Cormac and Natalie O'Shea. Come on, the O'Shea! Hoop the O'Shea! Come on! Right. Not getting there's the southwest corner up there is they're busy drinking or something like that. I mean, they're on it. They're on it. But come on. All right. Now to introduce our host and MC for the evening. He is a gentleman of many talents and a broad spectrum of amazingness. This man. He is an All-Ireland champion storyteller. Don't hold your applause. Don't hold your applause. Don't. The former lead singer of the great Fuchsia Band from the Irish Feminist Fuchsia Band. Come on. All right. The man is a wizard on the bar-on. If you've been in the, come on, a wizard on the bar-on. Come on. That's it. He's also a tour master, as you'll find out. He's in May, his Jeepers bus tour. Jeepers bus tour kicks off. Go talk to Máirtín later on if you have a chance, if you'd like to, or go to his website, .com. He's also an expert on tea. You know, if you don't know how to make a proper cup of tea, go out there. Yeah. It's a skill. All right. He's a brilliant dancer, and never leave him alone in a room with a broom. There's a room and a broom, because he'll dance on it all night long. He's also a brilliant actor with many credits, including the motion picture The Wind That Shakes the Barley. Right? Yep, that's right. He is a longtime, very best friend of the Center for Irish Music and the Celtic Junction Arts Center, former host and MC of many eg-shuhs past. He's here again tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Máirtín de Cógáin. Hey, come on.
Gymryd yma gyfer gwyn Ushla, sy'n dawn o'r myfeil so, ta si dachar an ciawn ardu treishin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. They had to hire a forklift to get my head off the floor. It was getting so big and inflated as Todd was up here announcing me. But thank you very much for having me back. I'm not living in Minnesota no more, so I spent 6 winters in the sunny southeast of Rochester, and I've been living in San Diego now, and it's awesome, man. We're going to the beach. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have something very serious at hand. We are living in a unique building for the next few hours, something that the people of Ireland are dreaming about. There is no place like this in the United States. And there may be one or two on the island of Ireland. But this is a very unique building right here in Minnesota. And it's unbelievable to come back to it year after year and to see the synergy between the Celtic Junction Arts Centre and the Centre for Irish Music as they grow with each other like a living tree. It's wonderful to be a part of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know how the night is going to go, if you've just joined us, if someone just picked you up and you weren't sure where you were going tonight, or you're watching from home, we have a silent auction that's going on. And if you're at home watching on YouTube, just happen to find us, you have to go to the centreforirishmusic.org and buy a virtual ticket. And if someone else bought your ticket and you want to bid against the person at your table, you'll have to do the same on your phone. And it's okay to look at your phone while I'm talking, only if you're bidding on the silent auction. No texting grandma. And so with that, when you get your virtual ticket, then you'll have to sign up as a bidder and you'll put in your credit card details and just press play for the next 2 hours. And so the bidding is going on until about 8:30. And best of luck to all the bidders. There's a couple of great prizes. You get a night at the food building. If you haven't been to the food building, that's Kieran Folliard's wonderful place that they're having over there in Minneapolis. He took over an old veterinary clinic where all the horses used to go to get better during the big brewery days. And he's turned it in now to a place of absolute magic where they grind their own wheat and barley to make their own bread. That has very few ingredients, and they make their own USDA meats that you can see developing as you visit more often than not. Anyway, there's fabulous stuff going on over there, and you can have a night with your friends, a tour and a meal, and that's one of the auctions, or one of the silent auction items. Another one, and a big crowd favorite, it's going for $700 at the moment, is an evening at the Miller Rendell House, ladies and gentlemen. Our Executive Artistic Director Nora Rendell and her wonderful chef husband, Brian Miller, are going to invite you and a number of friends to their house where they will prepare dinner for you. It won't be bought in unless you really like pizza. And after the meal, they'll have a sing-song or a concert and they'll regale you until the following day. Guaranteed. If it's over $2,000, it goes until midnight. Right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of things here in-house, not for those of you online. We have mystery boxes. Volunteers and students of the Centre for Irish Music went out around the community and with their own money, they bought gift vouchers from restaurants and different activities around the city. And so they're in mystery boxes out there. And the value of these gift cards are $25 to $50. And all they're asking for you is to just exchange. You'll get $25 back guaranteed. You may get $50 back. So you can give $25 or more and take one of the 30 mystery boxes home with you. And, you know, if things are going a bit stale, it could be a great date night to get things going again. So, as well as that, there's the Wow Wall is back. We have 3 walls that they're going to mix. There's a wall of whiskey, a wall of wine, and a wall of winter ales. And you don't have to go home with all this whiskey. I'm sure that I saw a few fellas there getting excited. But you'll get a mix of all 3 to bring with you. So, you know, if the gift card doesn't work out, you know, you could get things started that way. And they're raffle tickets, and they're $5 each. There's a lot of kids. There's a competition between the kids. It's just like the Girl Scouts coming with cookies. You have to support your own, right? So when the kids come up and say, would you like to buy a raffle ticket? You have to buy it off them if you know their mother, right? And they're going around all night until the raffle ends. And so the drinks tonight, those of you at the front that paid the extra money to see the beads of sweat upon my brow later on, ye have servers. There's a few servers around. All you have to do is put up your hand in a very kind of nonchalant way. Don't make a big deal of it. And they'll come down and take your drink order. There's pages on the table and you can just kind of tick the box of what drinks you want them to bring to your table. And all the proceeds from the drinks tonight are going directly into the Centre for Irish Music. And we have a lot of things that we need your donations for tonight, because that's why we're here. The Centre for Irish Music is coming on to its 20th year. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely amazing. 20 years ago, there was 2 adults in this room who had kids, and they said, we want to see a future where they can play with other kids. You know, you can't play without a playground, right? So they had to build a playground in their head. And from that, they went to a school, and it's really hard if you don't have a venue. I'm living in San Diego. We have a Cultus branch. We're trying to do classes, but without a venue, you can't go anywhere. It's really hard to build up when you don't have full access. Like the welcome that the Centre for Irish Music gets here from Cormac and Natalie at the Celtic Junction Arts Centre is second to none. It's like an open house for all the family to come in, and it's wonderful. And that is something precious, because the first few years they were going from school to school. You had to get the janitor to open it up. You had to make sure the janitor closed it. You had to take the chairs out of the way, put the chairs back. There was a lot of hubbub, but here, this is an Irish place, and the Irish own the place. And it's absolutely fantastic. But it's only here for the last number of years. It came here, was it in 2009? It came over here, and it's been building on ever since, one classroom after another. They've been building it up bit by bit, only because of the likes of you coming here tonight. Every Éigse has become a bigger event, because as the school grows, the needs grow. You know, it's not enough to stand still. If you're standing still, you're fading away. And the people here have the mission to hand down the tradition. They need to move it on. And you'll see tonight that they're handing down the tradition, and they're handing on the baton, because children who have been here since they're 4 are now in bands. They're going out across the city playing music. They're starting their own sessions. They're starting their own groups. They're making their own records. And now they're teaching for the Centre for Irish Music. There's 27 employed teachers. Can you imagine? 27 employed teachers in Irish culture here in St. Paul. And 20% of those teachers grew up through the ranks of the Centre for Irish Music. How amazing is that? Isn't that amazing? 20%. And so with that, there are over 430 students throughout the year were facilitated through the Centre for Irish Music this year, through 17 states, Canada, Scotland, and even people in Ireland are coming via Zoom to take classes from St. Paul. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? And that's nothing new. Since the Statutes of Kilkenny in 1366, the culture of Ireland was illegal. It was illegal to speak Irish. It was illegal to dress in the Irish fashion. It was illegal to play Irish music. But we always did it. We never said no. And these laws were only changed in 1983. How about that? They were still there. That's right. And it's only possible for us to have our language, to have our music, to have our dancing, to have our stories, because of the support from America. That's the only way Ireland has survived in her culture, is because of people like you here tonight, people like you tuning in and putting your money where your mouth is to make sure this tradition lives on beyond us. Thank you very much. Well, the troops are coming in, ladies and gentlemen, because we have our first part of the show. And for your entertainment tonight, we have the Advanced Youth Ensemble. And this is the premier performing outfit, ladies and gentlemen. The competing youth ensemble. They've been playing together since they were very small. And they've travelled to compete in the All-Ireland Fleadh Cheoil, which is the Super Bowl of Irish music, ladies and gentlemen. And they're directed by the executive artistic director, Nora Rendell. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, we have Novelli Larson on flute. We have Ginger Anderson on flute. We have Gabby Pascarella on flute. We have Ciara O'Shea on the whistle. We have Henry Brandt on banjo and guitar. We have Beth Bryson on fiddle and banjo. We have Owen Larson, ladies and gentlemen, who is the under-12 fiddle champion from the Midwest Fleadh on the fiddle. And in the centre stage, ladies and gentlemen, Claire Vanorny, who went and won the fiddle championship title belt at the Midwest Fleadh and went over to Ireland to take on the best in the world and came second in the under-15 fiddle airs, ladies and gentlemen. People of Minnesota, and those of you online, I give you the Advanced Youth Ensemble.
Oh, okay. So while Henry tunes, I'll introduce our first set. We'll first be playing a set of hornpipes called Annie's Favorite and Burns, and we learned these at the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend from Danny Diamond and Asher Gray. You good?
I think so.
Okay.
That sounds right, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
Next, we're going to be playing a lovely set of, one slip jig. It's a newly composed tune by Kathleen McGowan, and it's dedicated to one of Ireland's most important saints, which is Saint Bridget.
And we'd like to dedicate this next tune to the Celtic Junction Arts Centre, whose logo is the St. Bridget's Cross.
We're also going to have our friend Morian come join us for this one.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
I hope everyone's having a great night. If you haven't bought your raffle tickets yet, you should think about doing that. And you should get them specifically from the girls. So me and Claire.
We're going to end off with a set of reels, starting with the Street Player, and then Splendid Isolation, and the Crock of Gold.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Advanced Youth Ensemble. Where would you get it? Absolutely fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what's growing up here year after year. After the school was founded 20 years ago, isn't that a wonderful harvest to come to? Isn't it brilliant? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce to you the Executive Artistic Director of the school. And before she comes up, let me tell you how I know Nora myself. Back in 2001, when I was a young sprig of a lad going around to sessions, figuring out what to do before someone put a bowron into my hand, and then there was no turning back. I met with Brian Miller, ladies and gentlemen. He was over in Cork scouting for people to come to Minnesota. It was in the year 2000, actually. Brian was over and we were in college together in UCC. And then Brian went back fishing for more because he didn't catch the salmon of knowledge. And when he went to UL without a degree to get, he already had his degree. He was just fishing completely. He found in the pool of University of Limerick, Nora Rendell. And there, they swam about in the Olympic pool of UL. And Brian came back and, you know, they had a long distance relationship. He said, why don't you come out to Minnesota? And she said, Brian, there's only one reason I come to Minnesota. And he went, oh, okay. And so Nora came out. She was with a big band at the time called the Outside Track. They're still a fabulous band, going from strength to strength. And Nora gave it all up, ladies and gentlemen, to be on the small slopes of Bemidji and the lovely hills of St. Paul with Brian. And they've got two beautiful children here in the school with Henry and Isabel, who are learning music and taking dance lessons from Cormac O'Shea and the O'Shea School of Irish Dance. And so with that, Nora, after a very short time, took over as the Executive Artistic Director. And when she took over, there was 75 students here, 75 students, and only a few teachers. And now, after the years that Nora's been here and after all your support, there are 27 teachers, 450 students. They have 12 designated rooms for teaching, purpose-built rooms for teaching Irish music here in this venue. And they have the Tim Scanlon Hall for small concerts and intimate gatherings. Ladies and gentlemen, the powerhouse that is the catalyst for all you see. Ladies and gentlemen, Nora Rendell.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Máirtín. It is so fun to be here with all of you and so exciting to see this whole room full of supporters for the Centre for Irish Music and music lovers and lots of musicians amongst you. So welcome and thank you for being here. And we have over 100 people who are also with us online. So we're continuing on with the virtual learning and the virtual show production. So we are an online we are hybrid music school. We have music lessons online and we have music lessons in person, and that's how we serve 450 people every year. It blows my mind, and I think it's just an incredible thing. But I'm not surprised. The music is so beautiful, and it's so deep, and it's so moving, and I'm so thrilled that we're able to make it accessible to people who would like to learn about it. I am a classical musician, and I found Irish music because I didn't quite fit in the classical music scene. I've loved it. I'm a real musician at heart, and it was from a young age, I was somebody who music really spoke to me. It was the thing I loved. It just always got me going. I loved it. I was always there. If there was music, I was there. And I loved classical music, but I used to live in Montreal. I studied recorder early music performance, and between my home and the practice rooms, which I spent a lot of time in because I'm a music dork, there was some great pubs. So there were some great Irish pubs. So I would get up, I would stay up late and practice, and on my way home, I'd go to there were a bunch of Irish pubs on Crescent Street in Montreal, and I'd head there and hang out, relax, switch gears on my way home. And I fell in love with the music that way and just absolutely loved it and started playing it. And long story short, Máirtín told you a small part of the story.
Sorry, Nora.
I've been adopted. I'm an adoptee into traditional Irish music scene and to Irish culture, and I really appreciate it so much. And I think it's because of that, because I'm an outsider. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm Canadian and from the classical music world. And because of that perspective, I think I really love and am passionate about teaching, because I had never heard this music till I was in my 20s. And then when I heard it, I was like, what is this? Like, this is amazing. It makes me want to dance. And it's so joyful. And how are these people playing this? Like, how do they all know how to play all this music together? Like, I asked all the stupid questions that people ask in the pubs. Like, do you guys practice together all the time? Like at the sessions? And I don't know what answers I got at the time. But the truth is, everyone who's playing in the pubs together, or the kids up here, they know hundreds of tunes. They know hundreds, some people know thousands of tunes in their head. Every tune has a story. Every tune has a person or a place or a story or something connected to it. And those memories, I mean, that's what Irish traditional music is. And it's also what oral tradition is. And it's something we're losing in our world. And it's something that we all need and we all have. And it's something that we need to keep alive. And we need to teach people how important it is. It's the meaning of what it's the reason why we're here, of course. It's the stories that we have about one another. So what we do here at the Centre for Irish Music is we teach people the music, and it's a great educational institution. So we are really good at actually teaching people how to play the music. But then we are inviting them into this culture, into this community, and it's local. It's based right here in St. Paul in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So it has its own flavor, it has its own repertoire, it has its own tunes, its own stories. But it's connected to what's going on in Ireland. And that's very unique. It's so cool. And it's open. So our arms are open to people who are interested. You don't have to be Irish. If you're Irish, you might find something new that you didn't know before. And then if you're not Irish, well, that doesn't matter. Because if you love the music and you want to learn it and you want to spend your time every day learning this music, learning the stories, getting to know people, getting to know one another here in this room, this is a place for you. So we have 27 teachers and we have all these students, and isn't that great? And it's amazing. But what's happening in the classrooms is incredible. So I, as the director, have the honor and the privilege of hearing all sorts of stories because I hang out in the hallways, and now I'm a mom. I'm a CIM mom, and that's really fun because I get to hear more about what's going on in the classrooms. But there's just proof, left, right, and center, of really meaningful relationships between our teachers and the students and their families. And it's not just our kids. So we have 45% of our students are 18 and under. 55% of our students are over 18. And that's also unique. So we really welcome adult learners, and we have really good musicians in our adult ranks. A lot of you are here tonight. A lot of you are on our board. But it's a lifelong passion. It's a lifelong journey. It keeps you smart all the way till the bitter end. And it's just like the best thing to do with your time. So you should support the Centre for Irish Music, and you do. But I was just talking about our teachers and how cool those relationships are and how deep they are. And isn't it nice to have someone who knows your kids, or who knows your husband, or who knows your partner, and who kind of gets to know them and helps them along? Like, it's in their music, but it ends up kind of spilling out into other parts of life too. So now our challenge that we are almost 20 years old. So things are about to get really wild. No, but at 20, think about 20-year-olds. At 20 years, like, we have teachers who have been teaching for almost 20 years. And a lot of those teachers, when they came to the school, they had been touring. They had a whole life as musicians. And then they chose to be a part of this community and to teach and to pass on their knowledge, to pass on everything that they have learned very generously to their students. And at 20 years, some of us may not teach forever and ever and ever. Some of us will, but we all know we don't do anything forever. And so the big challenge that the school has now is, how do we keep this going? How do we keep it this deep? How do we keep it this meaningful? And what do we have to do to keep this going? How do we get people to move here from Ireland? How do we get people to, and we've got all sorts of ideas. It's actually happening. I mean, honestly, this place, it's become a magnet. We're bringing people here. People are moving to this area because of what's happening here. That's a truth. And it's very cool and a testament to what we're doing. But beyond that, how do we teach our students to be mentors? How do we teach them to be generous? How do we teach them to be artists? How do we get them out of here so that they have a whole life outside of here and then have them come back? How do we do all those things? And what does that mean to be a community that lasts for a long, long time? So that's what we're working on. Our funding that we have tonight is called A Flourishing Tradition, which is what we have here. And it's happening across the world with Irish traditional music. It's really exciting. People love this music just like I do. And of course, there's no question why. It's just incredibly beautiful music. So you'll learn a little bit more about the funding, but any donation that you make to this helps the school to keep doing what it's doing, and it helps us to build up the resources that we have to face that challenge. If you have organized any organization like this, those things that I just mentioned are huge challenges, you know, like that's going to take years for us to figure out, and we'll try things and it won't work, or we'll try things and it'll be brilliant. So you know that it takes resources, but we are here to stay. We are absolutely committed, and we have the support that we need to keep this going. And so you can support the Fund Need, and thank you for supporting all of the other things that are happening here tonight. And I think that is everything. So thank you again, and thanks for being a part of everything that's going on, and enjoy the music. Music on its own is so important.
Thanks very much, Nora. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking to raise $40,000. $40,000, ladies and gentlemen. And you know where the money's going, because you're right here. You can walk around tonight. You can take a look and see where the money is being invested. It's being put right back into the school. It's a trustworthy, transparent community that everyone's involved in. And you can see the handing down of the tradition here tonight, that every penny is used wisely. It's in a thoughtful way, in a transparent fashion. And the generous donors that give, and those that give all that they can give. Some of us don't have deep pockets. Some of us don't even have pockets. But we're all together, all as one in the mission, together, handing down the tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the first concert of the evening from the teachers, ladies and gentlemen. Concert number 1. Come on up on board. Tonight, for your entertainment, these are the teachers. Some of them go on the road. Some of them have come off the road, as Nora said. They don't go on the road no more. They've given it all up to pass on what they've had. And this is how it has been for generations. When music was illegal in Ireland, musicians used to go around from town to town, and they'd live on subsistence. They'd be put up in a house, and they'd teach all the people in the neighbourhood, and they'd be fed and watered, and then they'd go on to the next neighbourhood. And it's amazing that the tradition survived it all. But here we have some of the greatest teachers, if not the greatest teachers in the state, some of the greatest teachers in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the piano, will you give it up for Sean Egan? On the flute, Ian Dove McAfee, ladies and gentlemen. And on the flute, founder Kate Wade, ladies and gentlemen. On the harp and flute, Chad McAnally. On the accordion here, on stage left, stage right as you're sitting down, ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Heyman. And just back from finishing her studies over in the University of Limerick, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian O'Shea. And next to Adrian on bodhrán and song, Todd Menton, ladies and gentlemen. And on the fiddle, we have Rosa Wells. And on the other fiddle, we have Matty Ernst. And on the uilleann pipes, it's amazing that we still have uilleann pipes today. Cromwell went out and he killed all the wolves and hung all the pipers. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Klein.
We're tuning the flutes for your safety.
Yes.
Not just us up here.
I'll get things rolling here. We're going to start out tonight with 2 tunes. The first is called The Jolly Roving Tar. Now, tar is a sailor, usually associated as Jackie Tar or Jack Tar in the songs, or Jackie Tar in the tunes. And this is The Jolly Roving Tar, neither of those, but we're going to follow into that with a reel called Tom Billy's Reel, which is one of the names. Tom Billy was a famous traveling fiddler in the southwest of Ireland, in the Slieve Lucra area of Kerry, mostly. And it's also known by the name of one of the villages in that area, the Scarta-Glen Reel.
Thanks very much, friends. We'll proceed with the song now. This is called The Ramblin' Irishman. There's many, many songs, The Ramblin' Irishman. This is folks of my generation, of many of our generation. There's a few there's all kinds of generations here at the Center for Irish Music. My generation probably heard this first from Cathal McConnell and the Boys of the Loch, but it sticks in my mind primarily because of a road trip I took in about 1980 something or other to Webb Lake, Wisconsin. What? For that's right, Webb Lake, Wisconsin. for a session. Come on up to Webb Lake, Todd. It'll be great. It'll be great. Come on with a. There was a gentleman in the car named Dayhill. Tom, I think his name is Tom. It might have been Ted, Frank, Dayhill is his name. And a couple of brilliant Irish players, singers from McCafferty's Irish Pub. And they sang the whole way up, Blew My Tiny Little Mind. And this is one of the songs they busted out right around Alexandria or so, okay? Here we go. Oh, I'm a ramblin' Irishman in Ulster's where I'm born in, and many's the happy hours I've spent on the banks of sweet Lough. Oh, but to live poor I could not endure, like others of my station. To Marrakech I sailed away and left this Irish nation. Crying tan tan da na, tan tan da na, crying tan tan da no, and da nandy. The very last night I spent at home, I spent it with my Nancy. From 3 o'clock in the afternoon till the break of day next morning. Then came the hour that we must part. Oh, we linked in each other's arms. Now you may be sure and very sure, wounded both our charms. Crying tan tan ta na, tan tan ta na, crying tan tan ta no, run to dandy. Oh, the very first night I spent on board, I dreamt about my Nancy. I dreamt I held her in my arms. Right well she pleased my fancy. Then came the hour that I awoke. I found my poor bosom empty. I may be sure and very sure I lay discontented. Crying tan tan ta na, tan tan ta na, crying tan tan ta no, and ta nandy. The other side, oh, we were so stout and healthy. Drop our anchor in the bay, gone down to Philadelphia. Let every lad think with his lass, blue jacket and white trousers. Oh, let every lass think with her lad, blue petticoat and white blouses. Crying tan tan ta na, tan tan ta na, crying tan tan ta no, and ta nancy. Crying tan tan ta na, tan tan ta na, crying tan tan ta no, and ta nancy. Thanks, gang. Thank you. It's Tom Klein and Chad McAnally on the pipes.
What none of you know is how long it actually took us to get both of us in tune.
Yes.
Oh, we're so lucky at the CIM. We don't just have one pipe. We have two sets of pipes, and we have another one coming up for you later as well. My name is Adrian, and I'm one of those few lucky 20% of teachers who grew up in the CIM, and I grew up in this building. My parents are Natalie and Cormac, and I was one of Kate's students as a very, very young child and one of Nora's students for most of my life. And like Máirtín mentioned, I've just come back from studying for my master's degree at the University of Limerick. I graduated a month ago today. Yeah, baby! And CIM's been such a deeply important part of my journey. I wouldn't be able to be a musician or to have the experiences I've had. I also put out an album last year, and all of that was possible with this wonderful place and these people. I'm going to sing a song for you here now, and it's in Irish, and it's called Bruach na Carrigabáine. And it was a famous song of Kerry, but particularly of a Kerry man who we lost last year, Seamus Begley. And I had the privilege of singing with him a few years ago as a teenager, and it was a really, really important moment for me. And I'm really lucky. I sang this for my exams as well. So this is a much calmer, much more positive experience for me. Getting to sing it up here with these instructors who, some of them were my instructors at one point, and now I'm really lucky to get to be up here and sing and play with them. So this is Bruach na Carrigabáine. Thank you all.
Is jaar ko schauen, gan Adrienne O'Shea.
Next, we have some stunt harping for you.
Yep.
Do not try this at home. Exactly. One of us was going to break down in tune, so it was bound to happen, just odds. Todd is joining in. Just so you percussion students, you baron students, yeah, don't feel left out. All right, we are going to do, the first tune we're going to do is called King of the Blind. It's actually kind of a recently confirmed, recovered Turlough O'Carolan tune. If you want to know more about him, let me know. We have a class for that. We're going to follow it up with a couple slip jigs. One, The Thorn Bush, I believe, was written by Grania Hombly, our colleague down in St. Louis. And the other one is called Fig for a Kiss. So don't offer us figs. Let's just not get into the whole thing. Just, yeah. So, here we go.
thanks to Chad and Maddie on the harp there. That was beautiful. We've got more harps in the second set. It's amazing, when we first started the school, we didn't have harps, we didn't have pipes, we didn't have those things. And it's great that today kids and adults can borrow these instruments and try out these expensive instruments, rare instruments, before buying them and learning how to play them. So just delighted to be here tonight. Thanks for giving and for helping us keep the school going here. We're going to play a couple more reels before we break. And I want to thank Sean Egan here is up on the stage with me. And Sean is one of the original teachers at the Center for Irish Music. He came along and was really helpful. I've known him back since Chicago, though, so we've known each other a while. Anyway, so sometimes when I'm teaching, I get a little wacky, and I said around Halloween time, are there any creepy tunes I could teach the kids? And Charlie came up with a great creepy tune called The Destitution, which was recorded by Jerry O'Connor, right? And his wife at the time, Éigse, and on the album called Lilac. And so we're going to play The Destitution. And then the second one I want to dedicate to my tin whistle tune party. And I know there's at least one tin whistle tune party girl there. Where is she? Jan! Woo!
Gotta go, Jan!
At Christmas time, we learned the Holly Bush, and Jan is doing a great job learning the tin whistle. So we're having so much fun. If you want to learn the tin whistle, come on Tuesday night. We've got a jam-packed room upstairs. It's so fun. Okay, here we go.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The first half of our teachers' concert here tonight. Absolutely wonderful. We're going to take a very short commercial break and a word from our sponsors. Head your way out, ladies and gentlemen. We have bathrooms right outside the door and downstairs by the Tim Scanlon Hall. Hello, Tim at home. There's bathrooms down there as well. The bar is open. And while you're in line for the bar, please check your phone for the silent auction and bid early and bid often. And if you want to see the items for the silent auction yourself, they're in and around the lobby. There's instruments going at a very reasonable rate at the moment, and I hope they go at an extraordinary rate by the end of the night. And you can go all the way down to the Tim Scanlon Hall to see more of the items, and they're all around the lobby. Check them out. I'm afraid the mystery boxes are gone, but there are more raffle tickets and young kids with big eyes looking to sell them for the wall of wine, wall of whiskey, and the wall of winter ales. Hello to everyone at home that's watching online. Hello, Milo and Finn, and their mammy watching. You can check on the silent auction online. If you haven't got your ticket, go on to centreforirishmusic.org. You'll have to buy a virtual ticket and fill in all your details. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you back here very shortly. The silent auction is going until you get back into your seats. We'll have Jimmy pipe us back in, get some drinks to some non-alcoholic punch and non-alcoholic ginger ale, and there's options for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. Thank you very much.
His name
Thanks very much, Jimmy. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we only have a couple of minutes left in the silent auction. Things are going great. I saw a guitar was still going for $100. A great guitar. Get your phones out. We have about a minute left. Just to let you know that there has been over $6,000 donated already tonight. $6,000. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? And we have news in that someone said they would put a matching grant of $20,000. So all we're left with, between ourselves and those of you watching it online, is $14,000. And I think we can do it. No problem. And I don't know, Nora, we might break the ceiling on tonight. What do you think, everybody? All right, so someone offered me a great deal if you didn't get a mystery box gift card. They're offering for you for $25 the box. They have a few of them outside. You can take a mystery box home and you can put whatever you like inside it yourself. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a couple of words from Nora and a few tunes, but get your phones out because the silent auction is almost over. You have how many? 10 seconds left. There's 10 seconds left. Look at your bids. Look at your bids. Start the 10 seconds. Wait, start the 10 seconds in a minute. Look at your bids. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All bids are final. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please go down and collect your bids after the evening, or else Nora will put them in the auction next year. Okay. Right, Nora Rendell, everybody. She's going to play us a tune.
Absolutely. Thank you, Máirtín. Thank you very much. I wanted to, so we have just a quick special presentation. We're going to play you a tune, a very special tune for a very special person in our community that we recently lost, named Patrick Golden. So Patrick Golden was a wonderful man, and I'm just going to tell you about a little bit about how he was connected to the Centre for Irish Music. He was a fiddle player, and he actually played the violin when he was young, and then he didn't play for a long time. And then he started going to the Keegans, where there was a great learner session. And so Patrick, what you're seeing behind me is a picture of, this is a famous community picture of the Keegans session. And those of you who went to the session every week, Patrick is up there. He had a special place that he sat every single time. He sat at the same table. And yeah, he's over there. There's Patrick. There's Pat. So he would sit there. He sat there with his wife, Anna, for years. And then when Anna passed away, he kept going to the session. And I didn't even realize that he was learning how to play. But he was learning how to play, and eventually he thought, I should probably take some lessons. And so he took lessons with Mary Vinorni, and he took singing lessons. He had an incredible voice, and so he took some singing lessons as well. Was that with Hannah? Is Hannah here? Can't remember. Anyways, he took some singing lessons. Yeah, I think it was with Hannah Flowers. But Patrick, he fell ill a few years ago, and during just last year, he left us, and he loved Irish music. Like, it became a really big part of his life. And so he left a donation to the Centre for Irish Music, and it's a significant donation that he left in his will to the school. And so I wanted to just share that news with you, because it's really wonderful, and it's something that means a lot to us and is also really helpful. And I wanted to show a video, just a quick video up on here on the screen. 10 years ago, so CIM's turning 20 in the fall, and 10 years ago, we made a 10-year anniversary video, and I asked Patrick, would you come and talk about how you're connected to the CIM? And it goes by really quickly, but I thought it might be cool to show it just to hear his voice, actually, again. He has a beautiful, deep voice. But what he's saying, because it goes by quickly, is he says, I played violin when I was a kid, and I really liked it. We had Irish music in our family. And then he says, and the CIM has become like a second home to me. And the Keegan session and the people who were involved in that session became quite close friends with him. Sukjin and John and Pat Lyles and Chad and Siobhan, quite a few people.
became really good friends with Patrick and went and saw him and played music for him when he wasn't able to play music anymore in the last days of his life, last weeks, last months. There's many people who went and played. I didn't name them all. But I thought we'll just play it quickly, like a little clip from the 10-year anniversary video. And if you know people from CIM, it's really fun to watch the whole thing. But here you go. Hopefully it'll play.
One of the things I really like about Irish music here, you've got little kids, you've got kids, teenagers, young adults, middle-aged people, and people like myself who are beyond middle age, all here for the same reason, to enjoy this music.
All right, here we go.
I had heard Irish music as a child growing up, but I didn't really know much more than the Clancy brothers and some of the other big names.
The cultural classes, I have taken several. The Celtic myth class maybe is my favorite, although I love the Irish language classes too.
Because I played a couple of Irish songs when I was a kid on the violin 60-some years ago. It was a large part of my life, actually. It's almost like a second home, so.
I like the energy of the music. It's a very, very positive energy.
3, 4.
So there you go. So we're going to play you a quick tune. This is a hornpipe that Chad McNally, he was just playing the pipes and the harp. Chad wrote this tune in Patrick's honor, and we thought we would share it with you. That's called Patrick Golden's Hornpipe.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we've come to the big part of the night. You all know why you're here. We all know that you're going to make it happen. And tonight, we're going to hand on the living tradition through your donations, right? So the fund need, there's lots of fun things that we need for you to fund. And so I'm going to get Todd Menton up here, ladies and gentlemen, to help me through it so that I know what to tell ye, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Menton, everybody.
All right, Máirtín, thanks very much. So we will begin at the beginning, friends. What we'd like to do is ask if someone in this assemblage this evening is willing to start out with a $5,000 contribution.
Not all at once now, please.
Yep.
Now, what would $5,000 get us here, Todd?
$5,000 is primarily for our financial aid program. Extremely important for our work here because it allows us to offer Irish music lessons in all manner of instruments and voice, of course, to anybody regardless of their means. We do at least $12,000, sometimes more, per year in financial aid programs and things we can offer to everybody, regardless of your circumstances. So.
Well, that's fantastic. And, you know, times are tough for some people. Times are great for others. In Ireland, we have an old saying, Ní uasal na ishal a chuishal agus hiashal. It's not upper class and lower class, only up a while and down a while. And so if you're here or if you're watching and you do need to have classes, but you've no means to do it, there are ways for you to learn while you can get there. And it's the people here, it's the soundness of the people here for the people that can't make it, that we can give classes so that the outreach goes beyond those that have, that those that want. And we can bring them in here and grow the outreach through your great donations. And so $5,000. Have we anyone $5,000 that will fund the financial aid program that gives pride to the people that can't come up? It's a very tough thing for someone to come up and say that they need help. And if you do need help, come up and tell us, because we're here for you to bring you through those days where you can't afford music. And it's very tough for children and for adults who need to get out into the community, and it's the choice to have something to eat at home or to come to a music lesson. They say if you want good music, you need time and you need money. And a lot of people have time, but we're looking for you to give them the money. And $12,000 for the last number of years, they've been given financial aid for a long time to give out to the people that can't come in to learn music. And we're looking for $5,000 for someone that can give to people no matter what their circumstances, no matter what their background, that they'll come in. Have we got one? We have $5,000. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
$5,000.
$5,000
on
from Anne Anonymous.
And
that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Anne and Anonymous. So we've $5,000. So we're left with what? We're left with 9,000 left, ladies and gentlemen. 9,000. And now what's the next giving level?
All right. Now, the next level is $1,000, Máirtín, and we're going to specifically target this to a, you were talking about outreach and reaching the world after, during and after COVID, we pivoted. There's the word, we all pivoted. So much happened online, including the Centre for Irish Music, including O'Shea Irish Dance. Cormac O'Shea dropping off pieces of floor at people's houses and then bringing it in. You think I'm joking? Right? On Zoom. The dance continued, the music continued. So, since those times, we've remained a hybrid organization. So we still offer lessons through Zoom and, you know, virtually. So, however, some of us, like I have a teeny tiny little iPad, and I use my teeny tiny little iPad, and it kind of works. But when we try to do a much larger class, an ensemble class, for example, it would be awful nice to have a larger setup. So at the $1,000 level, if we could get up to 5 donors, up to 5, that would fund our very own instructor and audio professional, Mr. Danny Diamond. He's an audio professional, yeah? And he plays a little bit of fiddle too. Just, he's getting pretty good. All right, so he would, for those donations, be able to set us up with such a, we could have like the old AV cart at school. You could put, seriously, you could put a larger screen and you could roll it from room to room up in the multi-purpose room to conduct meetings and classes at the $1,000 level.
For $5,000, you'd get new equipment, you get a new computer, you'd get a new screen, you get a whole car to manage it, and you get Danny Diamond who would run it, but also train all the teachers that they'd be able to get it in. So if students can't come, there's no such thing as a snow day in Minnesota anymore. So that's right, the poor children. You got to make them work it. So, you know, a lot of people feel more comfortable sometimes at home having virtual classes. Sometimes it's hard to traverse the city. Sometimes it's hard to get out of your pajamas. But there's no excuses if we can get it online. So have we got 5 donations of $1,000 each? Tax deductible donations. Text your accountant, ask him how much is that in real money. It could be up to $1,000. So have we got $1,000 Have we got $1,000? Have we got our first $1,000 there? Give her a big round of applause. We got 2.
Thank you, sir.
We've got a second $1,000.
2.
Have we got another $1,000? Who brought $1,000 in your pocket? We've got 3. Thanks very much,
We have
James,
3.
down the back. We've got
Easy.
$3,000. Have we got 2 more? Have we got 2 more? $1,000. You came with a budget. You came with a budget, and you wanted to spend it. Put your hand up in the air, and this will be able to fund great advancement into giving classes to people in Ireland who need the best teachers here in Minnesota to teaching them Irish music through
The
Zoom.
music is worldwide, so let's us be worldwide as well. Come on. Do we have anyone
So
else who's
we
willing
bought
to
the computer and we bought the screen, and now we need a few more bits and bobs. We need the wheels to go under it. Have we got number 4? Do we have number 4? Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. 4.
Thank you so much, everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my goodness.
We got 1 more before we can move on to the next level. All we need now is money to pay for Danny Diamond to teach the people how to use the technology. We have the technology, Todd.
No, we've got the technology. When the cart came down the hall when you were a kid, you remember? Oh, we get to watch a movie. We get to watch a movie about Australia. There might be koalas. Come on, think of the excitement. There might be pipes. I can take my lessons
Think
in
of the
Australia.
wild animals.
Think of the wild animals.
We got 1 more 1,000. Who has it in their pocket? Oh, she already gave. Have we got anyone with 1,000 in her pocket? Any man with 1,000 in your pocket? Think of all the great things that it does. It doesn't just give a computer. It doesn't just give a screen and technology and the learning, but it gives the advancement that the teacher, at the drop of a hat, let's say the teacher isn't feeling well, tells all their students to stay at home. The teacher will come in and teach from the screen. So, like, you're saving trees by all the tissues that people aren't blowing their noses with. You're saving the world with your $1,000 donation. Have we got anyone online that's going to give us $1,000? Make sure you get us into it. We're nearly there. Have we got 1 more $1,000 to get on to the next level? Have we got it? $1,000 going once. $1,000 going twice. Have we got 1 more here in the hall with $1,000 hanging around on the cupboard waiting to bring it in? Have we got $1,000 coming? Have we got 1 more? Asia, have we got 1 more coming in? Not for $1,000 level. Okay, we'll come back to it.
All right, then.
We'll come back to it.
We'll come back. Yes, right.
I know there's a few people who are a bit shy. That's okay.
All right. I have it from Asia McCullough with her amazing puffy sleeves. That we have. The sleeves are they're awesome. They're really nice. That we have to reach our goal. $4,000 is how much we have to continue to. Can we reach it? Máirtín, do you think we can do it?
Oh, sure, no problem. No problem.
I think we
I
can
can
do
feel the energy in the room.
All right.
People are too shy to give the big bucks. They're going to do it in silence later.
Yep, that's right.
So we're up to the $500. $500. And that $500 will go with the outreach program. And outreach is something that's really hard in a big city. It's easy to get to know everybody in a small town, but in a big city, trying to find those people that have a connection to Irish music. There's a friend of mine from San Diego who moved to Carrigaline in County Cork. How crazy is that? He went from paradise to rain. His name is Alex Khalil, and he did a study with UCSD. He was ethnomusicologist. He's now ethnomusicologist in UCC, but he was in UCSD working with the neurology department. And they were doing a big study with the University of the Pacific up in San Francisco, with UCC and with UCSD, for the connection that people have when they play music together. And to bring people in to play music, when they play music together, it's great to build up self-esteem, but also they did another study that they had people listen to musical sequences from different musical languages, and they took a DNA test, or they had the 23andMe sent in, and they found the correlation not between where they grow up, not between their parents or the music they listen to, but their DNA that showed up in the 23andMe had a correlation to the synapse that would ignite in their brain when certain sequences of music were played. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? So we're trying to find people by playing music to them out in the community that they'll know then that they need to come for the Centre of Irish Music to play music.
That's right.
I had a Bowron student, not to digress, I had a Bowron student I had a Bowron student in San Diego. His name was Florine. He might be watching online. Hi, Florine. He was from Brittany in France. Oh, we are not French. We are from Bretagne. Oh. And so he still ate baguettes. And he wanted to learn the Bowron. He said, I love Irish music. I don't know why. I'm from Brittany. We have our own music. We have our own language. But I love Irish music. And I said, sure, come on, you can play the Bowron and dive in. He came back 3 weeks into the class. He'd just taken his DNA test. He was 90% Irish. 90%. And it turned out he looked into the history of his town, not the town where he's from, but the town his parents both grew up in the year 1691. 10,000 Irish soldiers, after the Battle of Aughrim and the fall of Sarsfield, transplanted to their town in the north of France. How about that? And it took generations for them to learn the Bowron. So outreach is really important. Outreach is really important.
Damn right.
Anyway, so $500 will pay for 6 assemblies in schools. To get out into schools has been a great connection.
60-minute classes in the community, whoever will take us. Yep.
The Ordway and the Celtic Junction Arts Centre have brought the Centre for Irish Music into schools to find people who need to have Irish music in their lives. And you can fund that by giving the Advanced Youth Ensemble and the teachers the chance to go out and play music for the children of the Twin Cities.
Here.
How many do we need?
We need to provide 6 60-minute classroom visits, $500 apiece.
So we need 5 of you to give $500. Who's got $500? 1, 2, 1, 2.
You already have 2.
2, testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Have we got 4 and 5?
We have achieved it.
Have we got a 6? Anyone else want to dive in? Anyone else want to dive in?
Yep, we don't have to stop. Do we have anyone else who's able to do? Is that the 6?
Anyone?
Yep, another.
Have we got number 6?
Number 6.
Number 6 down here. Keep your hand up there. We need the iPads there to get you. Have we got number 7? Have we got number 7? Who's going to send 6 outreach programs into the wilderness? It's like the fellas going out long ago when the warrior monks were starting up in Iona.
We're training the dog sleds now. The dogs. Come on. Come on,
St. Columkill,
come on.
When he went up to Iona after the big battle in Benbulben, when there was 150 warrior monks, he'd send off 12 plus 1 to start another outreach program.
That's right.
And they'd set up a monastery, and when they had 150, they'd send another 12 plus 1, and they went all over Europe, re-Christianizing and filling libraries full of books. So this is your chance to be like Columkill himself, sending people into outreach to reach those people who are destitute of Irish music.
Columkill and his uncle Glenn. Come on, do we have anyone else?
Anyone else? We're going to move on.
Anyone else?
Last $500 going once.
I'm really sorry.
$500 going twice.
Anyone else?
And sold. Right, we're on to the
all right. Thanks very much, folks.
$500. What are we going for $250, Todd?
$250. My clipboard is... All right, this is very important, friends. Our brilliant instructor, Hannah Flowers, is going to teach an introduction to harp summer camp right here at the Center for Irish Music. Now, at the $250 level, 6 donors at the $250 level will buy a lightly used, it says in quotes, gently used,
brand new secondhand,
Dusty Strings harp, the Ravenna 3/4 model. Excuse me, Ravenna 34 harp. A harp for Hannah Flowers to use to teach her summer camp. At the $250 level, 6 donors at that level bring that harp to the Center for Irish Music. 6.
We'll take more.
We'll take more.
We won't stop at 6. So at $250, they have a harp camp, and we need a new harp to push around to the people. To push harp on the people, we need a new one, right? So, who's got $250 in their pocket? 1. We have 1.
There's 1.
Have we got 2? We have 2. Who's 3? We have 3. $250. We have. Have we got another one? There's 4. We have $450. Keep your hands in the air now. I don't want to be getting confused. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. The iPads are coming out to catch you. Have we got 5? Have we got 5? Have we got 6? Is there a 6th one coming? Keep your hands in the air now because I'll get super confused. Have we got another one? Have we got 1 more? Have we got 1 more? 250? 250 going once. Have we got... Oh, the man in the hat has brought $250. That is a fantastic donation, tax-deductible donation that's coming here tonight. Have we got one more? Anyone else got an itch in their pocket? Wants a big round of applause to put up their hand for $250. $250. There's a few people itching down the back. There's a few people waving. That's not a good time to do that, Adrian. Have we got $250? $250. Do we have any more? Do we have any more? $250. I've lost count of how many we had, but we have at least 6. Have we got at least 6? Do we want one more? Anyone? Don't be touching your glasses. I'll think you'll be looking for it. You can't volunteer anyone else. Have we got one more? $250. $250 going once. $250 going twice. $250 gone, sold, and a new harp is coming from the Centre for Irish Music.
On its way. Hannah Flowers with the new harp on its way.
Right, Todd. Where are we going next?
All right. I have it on good authority that this will be.
Oh, is this the last level?
We'll use this for the final level.
Are you sure?
Éigse McCullough.
Right, okay.
Said
This is the last chance now to get a round of applause.
Contradict Éigse McCullough.
If you've
under
come
no circumstance.
and you're below this level, you can just leave it on the floor and they'll sweep it up.
Right.
Or there's a few boxes outside. If you have a few coins,
leave it under your
If
plate.
you want to throw into, we'll take anything. It doesn't matter. If you have gold buttons and you want to take them off with the small plastic knife, we could put them in there as well. So, what have we got, Todd? We're down to the.
All right. This is an extremely important level, $100 level, friends. It is for musical instrument maintenance. We have 68. Give or take, then they're coming in all the time. Musical instruments for rental here. These are very, very good instruments, and to maintain them at the level at which they need to be ready for someone to learn to play the music properly, it takes a lot of maintenance. Sometimes we have to purchase new ones. Then this means expert help, people who have disassembled and reassembled an accordion, people who know how to fix a fiddle, people who know how to. So if there's anything wrong with our lightly used Ravenna harp, we need to find somebody who knows how to fix it. All right.
And how many pianos have you got here at the school?
That's a good. Nora Rendell, how many pianos?
There's 8 pianos, and it costs $120 to tune a piano here in St. Paul. $120, and they need to be tuned twice a year. So twice a year, 8 pianos have to be tuned at $120. Right. We need a lot of donors at the $100 level, right? And as well, at the $100 level, you'll get 2 sessions for the junior learners. It's very hard. Like when I was young, and that wasn't very long ago. When I was young, going to sessions playing the bodhrán, talk about a daunting feat, right? You go in and the guy next to you say, "I've a tip for you." I say, "Oh yeah, you should play like no one can hear you." So when you're going into a session and you're learning, it's very daunting, and there's a lot of young and old people here in the Centre for Irish Music who are still learning and building their self-esteem up to play. And when you go to the pub and everyone's going 100 miles an hour and you're still trying to tie your laces, it's really difficult to play. So there are slow learner sessions led by tutors here at the Centre for Irish Music to give people that confidence, to build them up so that they can go out and enjoy music in the session, be it in the pub or here on a Sunday or in someone's house. But to build up that strength, playing together is the only way to do it. You can practice all you like at home, but you can't play tennis on your own. Now, can you? Right? So with that, $100 a play for 2 of those sessions.
All right, $100. In addition to the maintenance and reacquisition of things like reeds for our pipes. Any pipers in this being? I just have a word for you. Reeds. Yes. Okay. Strings for harps and guitars and mandolins. Cases for instruments that don't have them, so that they can be taken up and played in the community. Reaching out and finding your feet underneath you. And I can't think of any good bodhrán jokes. So, $100 level.
$100 level. How many $100 have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Have we got any more? We nearly have the piano.
Right now.
12. Keep your hands in the air. Keep the iPads coming out fast. Have we any more $100? 13. We'll nearly get the piano tuned. 14.
I'm gonna freak out.
We're nearly going to have the whole year of piano tunings.
I'm freaking out.
And banjo strings. Have we got 15? There's 15 going. 16.
Cases for the banjos.
And we got a case for a banjo. Who's going to pay for a case for a banjo? Need to be locked up more often than not. Have we got another $100? Anyone else with $100 burning in their pocket? 17. Have we got a 17? Keep the iPads coming out fast. Keep your hand up straight in the air because we need these people to take your numbers before you have second thoughts. Any last
$100 burning in your pocket?
Any last $100 going? Have you got something here, Asia? Asia has a note, and she said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your hands in the air now. Don't put your hands down yet, even to clap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have surpassed our goal of $40,000 tonight. How about that? But let's keep going. Let's keep going. So let's keep going. If you need to give more, you can give more tomorrow. If you need to give online, you can give. If you want to write a check for something that wasn't in the $5,000 level, you can do that outside. There's plaques that they can put up in your name. If you give enough money, your name will be on the wall forever. But that's the end of our Fund a Need.
That's the end of the Fund a Need. Máirtín de Cógáin.
Tom Lipton, everybody. As we get the players for the second concert, there's an old saying, ladies and gentlemen, that we have in Ireland. It says, ska a céile a bharan na daoine. It's under each other's shadow that the people survive. And it's because of your great donations tonight, which you had to work really hard for. Nobody gets any money really easy in this world. And you gave your hard work to some great tradition that is going to stay alive because of your generosity. Give yourselves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So while they're coming up onto the stage, there's a few of you here tonight might think, how did the Irish arrive in Minnesota? It's very different to Ireland. We're a very temperate climate. Brian Miller would say that the average temperature in the Irish household is 60 degrees and damp. And so the first Irish came here in the 1820s, and they came to Fort Snelling. And then more of them came as lumberjacks, oftentimes through Canada, cutting their way down into a better life. And it was in 1838, Jim Rogers tells me, that 3 Irish soldiers discharged from Fort Snelling and filed claims for land in what's now St. Paul. And the first people that lived in downtown St. Paul were 2 Irishmen, Edward Phelan and John Hayes. And if you know Lake Phelan, that's named after Edward Phelan. The 2 first people that lived in St. Paul. St. Paul's always been a big Irish town, and Minneapolis as well. There's a great story upstairs about the Hibernians who went down to, there was a fella called Robert Emmett O'Donnell in Minneapolis in 1938, and he went to Emmetsville down in Iowa, which Robert Emmett was he was a big rebel in the 1798 rebellion and in the 1803 skirmish. And so there was a statue made in Emmetsburg. Is it Emmetsburg? Yes. Emmetsburg, Iowa. And they were having a squabble down in Iowa about where to put the statue. And our lads from Minneapolis went down and offered $100 and took it up on a truck. And then when the man that bought it died, they were all conniving down in Emmetsburg, and they waited 3 months later after his death, went in the dead of night, and it was the very night that Orson Welles was having the War of the Worlds on the radio. So there they were in their big pickup truck, driving down with Robert Emmett's statue in the back of the pickup truck down to Emmetsburg, listening to War of the Worlds, and they stuck it in the ground and laid cement all around it that night so no one could take it. Anyway, so the Irish have been here a long time. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you the second concert of our instructors. And we have with us, ladies and gentlemen, a big list of names, which I probably shouldn't forget who's who. But anyway, 'tis a fright to God, 'tis a fright to God, isn't it? 'Tis a fright to God. But sure, we can be going through it here, ladies and gentlemen. You can't beat a rehearsal now, can you? And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've been around here already. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you concert number 2.
Go for it.
Emagol higen afrin the tull, nan rasta vin lager weshi, gastar digi, kasu in anyan lum tiu hill tartan, gas hitch mission like rocking ralimri, the lormelie muin shamano, starera kalyot, shadrak hershi, shadur chin off three tamins and sasti, screwish galam go walili. You miss Austin's and Ryan Clegane spawn and Greek, cause Rasharish of Brook Lock Rain, you go bail the cave, Sneok may ferry nerby Marie, Dam Hinge post all the plano, Oiga, Trilog in Toric Dolan Penny, Quinty goes costly dial in his poisery, and yea, enjoy John She marini iron and stad van vesach behesh main agus bagaki had glad oxagur la kela got three and ratratrani at usgriu will she deirdre the broads Venus don abrin Helen les kisu in tree Axkog banner in his motivation and pose like out from Walili.
Thank you very much.
That was a lovely, lovely song and a waltz there. Lovely, lovely stuff. So I'm supposed to talk about the next tune. The next tunes, they can be found on the 1966 album, which was the first release from Clauda Records, an album called Read na Pibri, which translates to King of the Pipers. The tunes are, on the album, they call it the Carry Jig, and some of us with the second tune, there's a few names: the Farinor Lassies or the Ballantor Jig.
I have a microphone. So, yeah, I've been asked to introduce the next piece, and the next piece has 2 tunes in it. And unlike a lot of the music we play, we know the composers of each. So the first one's an O'Carolan tune, Robert Jordan. And the second one is a Terence Cuz-Tean tune called The Road to Glountán. And Cuz-Tean was born in near Castle Island in the parish of Glountán, and that's why the tune is named that. And he emigrated to Chicago in the 30s. And there's a nice connection to the Twin Cities, actually, with Cuz, because Chuck Heyman and Ann Heyman and Tom Dahill and Barry Foy all played in Chicago with Cuz in their youth. And they brought a lot of his tunes here, and I got to learn a lot of his tunes from Charlie and Tom Dahill. And anyway, people wonder why he got the name Cuz. It's not his baptism name, right?
Just Cuz.
Just Cuz, exactly. So he immigrated in the 30s, and then other Irish would come, and as young ones would come, he would always help them get settled. He'd help them get a job. He worked with the railroad, and he'd help them maybe get lodging. And he'd say, yeah, go see this man, and I'll tell him you're a good man and all that, and tell him you're my cousin. So eventually, you know, he had like hundreds of cousins. So it was easier just to call them all Cuz, and they called him Cuz. That's the story as I understand it anyway. So there's a nice connection the way the music moves from Cary to Chicago to here and through the generations as well. So.
Two, three, four. Thank you so much. We are gonna sing, or I'm gonna sing a song for you. This is a song called "The Wounded Hussar," and this is a song that I first heard Rita Gallagher singing right here at the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend, which is coming up June 6th to 9th. We bring Irish artists in from Ireland and from around the United States to come and teach and perform. And the Friday night, we have this event called the Great Session Experience. So there's sessions happening all over the building, outside the building, and back in here. And usually everything condenses late into the night into one session. And Rita sang this song, and I just was mesmerized by the melody and her singing. She's just a beautiful singer. And locally, Aaron Hart sings this song as well. So I'm going to be joined by Corey Froelich on the piano and Brian Miller, and we'll sing this song for you.
All alone on the banks of the dark falling Danube, fair Adelaide did roam when the valley was o'er. Oh, where then, she cried, have you wandered, my true love? Or where did you wither or bleed on the shore? She traveled a while, the tears her eyes flooding, through the dead and the dying. She walked near and far, till she found by a river, all bleeding and dying, by the light of the moon, her poor wounded hussar. From this bosom that heaved, the last torrent was streaming, and pale was his visage, deep marked with a scar, and dimmed was the eye, was expressively beaming, that had melted in love or had kindled in war. How sad was poor Adelaide's heart at the sight, and how bitterly she wept o'er the victim of war. Have you come here, he cried, this sorrowful night for, to cheer the loved heart of your poor wounded hussar? Thou shalt live and she cried, heaven's mercy relieving. Each anguishing wound shall forbid me to mourn. Oh no, he replied, for my life is fast fading, and no light of the morn shall to Henry return. Thou charmer of life, ever tender and true, take my love to my babes who do with me afar. With his flattering tongue scarce could bid her adieu, when he died in her arms, her poor wounded Lazar.
Thank you. That's Corey Froelich on the piano.
Good job, Corey.
Brian Miller on the guitar.
Nora Rendell on the singing.
On the pipes, we've got Ryan Banky. Hannah Flowers on the voice and the harp. Jody Dowling on the fiddle. Mary Venorni on the fiddle. John McCormick on the accordion. And Carmen Pascarella on the flute and whistle. We're going to play you one more set of tunes and have everyone join us after that. So these are 3 slides, and hope you enjoy them.
Thank you.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Concert set number 2. Well, we've only one more tune left to do, right? We've only got one more song left. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that tonight has been the greatest night of fundraising in the history of the Centre for Irish Music. How about that? And you were all part of it. Over $8,500 came from online. Over $8,500. We raised tonight, through your great, generous donations, for total online and in person for the fund in need came to $43,090. Plus $9,901 from raffle, auction items and mystery boxes. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Over nearly $53,000, ladies and gentlemen. If someone will give $9 on their way out, we'll get $53,000. And so, you know, it's fantastic that you're all here in support for this world-class organization here, ladies and gentlemen, of local, top-class teachers in this beautiful educational institution. It's an artist-led collaborative, it's community-based, and it keeps the tradition of Irish music alive in Minnesota. So just a big thank you to our sponsors that gave greatly tonight. Nora, do you want to mention our sponsors? Okay, right. And so, where's Todd? So with that, thank you very much to our sponsors. Thanks very much to the $20,000 matching donation, and to Ann Anonymous coming in with the $5,000 check. To Kelly Scanlon, our event chair. Thanks very much, Kelly. And hello to Tim and Kim at home. Hope you get well soon. To Eileen Degnan, the silent auction chair, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. We got 10 more bucks, ladies and gentlemen. 53 from Joanne Vano. She's already given tonight a number of times. $53,001. So if we have 99 more dollars, ladies and gentlemen, we can up it. Thanks very much with that. So thanks very much to the entire volunteer crew for making this a success. Look around. This doesn't happen by accident. There are so many cogs to this wheel that keep it turning. There's so many people putting in a lot of sweat, not just today, not just yesterday, but all year long. Tomorrow they're going to be in the morning, clearing this all up and thinking about next year. And it's going to be right back at it to make sure that this thing keeps going. And thanks very much to the Celtic Arts Centre crew. Thanks very much to Cormac, flying in this morning from Kansas City, ladies and gentlemen. And the driver of Cormac O'Shea is Natalie, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a big round of applause. Not so much driving the car, but driving his engine, ladies and gentlemen, making sure that all this goes. And thanks very much to Christo as well. Christo has been here all week. While Cormac was at the Folk Alliance down in Kansas City, Christo came here with his sleeping bag and his cot. We came in this morning early, we saw him rolling away his sleeping bag, starting his coffee. Thanks very much, Christo. Thanks very much to Macaulay Media. Thanks very much, Pete, for the stream. And all at Macaulay Media coming in with a big crew tonight. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we could have this great event place, we could have these great musicians, we could have these lovely tablecloths, but it's nothing unless you come and make this happen with your generosity, giving up your time and giving up your well-earned money to this, to make sure that the life and love that's shared throughout this community continues. Give yourselves a big round of applause here in person and online at home. Oh, so we're going to pull the raffle, and just before we do, I'm going to announce that now that you've raised all your money, I'm bringing a bus tour to Ireland. So if you've any money left in your pocket, you can come with me, and the Irish can give you a shakedown over there for woolly sweaters and things like that. No, but talk to me if you want to come. We go. It's a big sing-song for a week. If you want to come for a sing-song on a bus with about 20 people, it's great crack next month, or in May. May. It's coming in May. So we're going to the wall. Is it the wall of wow?
Yes, you bought raffle tickets, and now we are going to pull the 3 raffle tickets. So you may want to reach into your purse or your pocket or whatever, and...
For the first time, not looking for money.
Okay, we're going to give you something if we pull... Okay, so we have Ginger here, and Jordan, and Claire, and they're each going to pick one. Okay, are you ready? Yeah, you're going first. Ginger always picks her grandpa's name. So we'll see what happens tonight. He's not here, so it can't happen this year. Yeah.
Is it all? Like, it's all in person, no online. So this is for the wall of wine, wall of winter ales, and wall of whiskey mixed together. You get a mix of the 3 walls.
And it goes to Ian Dove McAfee. Party at Ian's house.
My new best friend.
Okay, and
But wait.
yeah, he bought from Jordan. Okay, so now Jordan's gonna pull a name. So we'll see what happens next. Oh. Can you win it twice? I think you can't. You just pulled Ian's name again.
How many tickets did he buy?
Yeah, totally. Party at Ian's. I have his address right here. Well, Robert Farr. Is that anybody in here? I think it's like, yes!
Robert Farr! Robert says he comes every year.
Nice. Okay, excellent. And Claire is going to pick the 3rd lucky winner for
Ian
a
Dove.
wall of wine, whiskey, and winter ale.
Come on.
Gina Vorka. Gina Vorka! Woohoo! Congratulations. So the 3 winners, when we're just finishing up, when we're finished, head over to the wall of wine, whiskey, and local beer, and we'll pack up some boxes for you. You can take them home. Okay? That's just in the middle lobby. Thank you, Jordan. Let's hear it for our raffle pullers. Jordan, Ginger, and Claire. Excellent.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, to finish tonight, we're going to get you all to sing. Will you sing with me? Fantastic. It's nearly Sunday, and the chorus goes, Alleluia. Can you say that? Puilaloo. Alleluia. Tá puck. Buile. I'm from Cork, and so is this song, ladies and gentlemen. It's about a wild puck goat. They made it into this Bowron. That ravaged through the towns of South and Southwest Munster. It was a song written by Donal O'Mullane about the local people down there. And there was one fella, they called him the Pucker. And this is the song they have about him. It's called Pucker Bulla, the wild puck goat, the male goat, the goat, wild goat. He went mad and ravaged through the towns. So, the goat.
Yes, the goat.
Mugawal them sheer kundra heidi vora Piki Mikios made a lermel Kekos Firo Megamerkio Puckan Kron Gasayer Bella Hallelu Bellelu Hallelu Ton Pucker Bella Hallelu Bellelu Tan poker buela Dar rehmer trasse chirologo Gesong koshan kork ser fuet na moiga Is tashke davor shes the tortoga Kosh the non and the drum left winnev Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu Tan poker buela Hallelu, hallelu Shin kind of get of skull down, a rilla force con shin of willen, a shad a left van the moor, the villa brick Hallelujah, 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 tan poker bulla, hallelujah, 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 tan poker bulla. Vi gardemor Malin Roastig. Ballinroshig, that's the Irish for Rochestown, which is about 3 miles from my house at home, but about 5,260 miles that way. Eg ballig forsi conshin avwelen, the volsherop. Can you imagine this now? Da Éigse tonera, da vrishtan noa, the unshakable. Hallelujah, 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 tan poker bulla, hallelujah, hallelujah, last verse now. In Angeni Kushlagen Tronona, Vin Sagat Prosta, Machanar Guna, Shedor Karabay, on Dielbo English. Oh, Gavon Trower Fokan Bulla, Hallelujah, 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 Tan Poker Bulla, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The bar is still open, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be on any rush home.
Todd's there, though. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.